Let's get into protocol number 3. Before we do though, I'm just going to unclick. Unclick. I'm going to grab another club, go up the set one or down the set one, and just see if that sensation can apply for you. And then don't be too hard on yourself if it doesn't immediately. It takes work, takes effort to build familiarity, change the muscular patterns of your body. Let's face it, you want change? I absolutely want it for you. But if you went to Elton John piano camp and you didn't play piano, and you went there for a weekend, you wouldn't be playing Elton's favorite hits. You'd be more familiar with it, and that's what I want for you. So with a little bit of time and energy, you're gonna understand how the center of mass of a golf club works, how the face works, and how you can be your best player. So put your good hands on it. In my mind's eye, I can still feel that band there. I still have that awareness of how I'm moving this with that structure and push. Club's off the ground, gets really close to the ground, so therefore you think it's on the ground, but it's really just measured perfectly to the tips of the green stuff. That's vital, people, so take that in. Here's that little shot as though I had the bands on. And that's as crispy as I can hit it, dead on my target. So before we get into protocol 3, go ahead and hit a few little shots, 4 or 5. Just reiterate the sensations of why we're doing what we're doing. Now moving on to protocol number 3. Grabbing the club with the connector on it, got a little dirt, let's clean that off. We don't want that dirt affecting golf ball flight performance. And again, just click it back on. Now, let's talk about developing a full swing, and then we're going to show you an interesting application for your swing trainer. So now letting this develop into more of a full swing. This is where I use the language high and wide, because your swing, I want it to be the most effective use of your skeletal muscular being. Meaning, I don't want you to play golf small and short. I want you to play golf high and wide. I want your swing being as big as it can for your physicality. I've helped so many golfers just with the expression high and wide and their swing trainer, because oftentimes when this band is on and they make a swing, they might be fine to this point, and then all of a sudden things become soft, because when they get to the top, they lose the scap structure and the arm structure to maintain their width into a full swing, and they invite chaos from there. This is really where the rubber meets the road with the swing trainer. So I would suggest, this is a tricky one, use a tee as you get started. The sense of this is to make a backswing, feel that sense, and you can hear me straining my voice even, because talking through this, I'm trying to have radius and keep the band away from me as I do that. So if you watch the wonderful Scotty Scheffler, there's no better example of high and wide right now. Rory McIlroy, high and wide. He plays huge for his height. Scotty Scheffler's a big dude at 6'3" or 6'4". He plays ginormous for his height. Too often campers come to see me, or people that don't hit it as well as they'd like to, or struggle with distance, and guess what? They're playing diminutive compared to their size. And this is where you can benefit from this. And to be truthful, you don't even have to hit golf balls. Hitting golf balls is almost a distraction from the benefit. But people love hitting golf balls, so I'm going to suggest when you do this protocol that we get the club set up with the long band, use a tee, and the sense of this is how big a radius can we move this high and wide, and that's really a sensation in the arm. So again, getting the shaft parallel to the flocked band, comfort band, waggle, waggle, take a look. My hands stay on the band. See how my hands stay on the band? I have a small circle of my hands. I have a larger circle with the club. They're going to stay on the band to the top of the takeaway, parallel to the ground. Then as the band and hands start to separate, now my arms are still pushing, keeping radius. This is a really tricky thing, but it's no different than going in the gym and developing from a 5-pound curl to a 25-pound curl. You have to incrementally develop your ability to do that. So now nice and slowly, here's a little shot as high and wide as I can do it. And notice that that's an underspeed event. But that's a beautiful sense of radius the entire way. And if you want muscular confusion and a challenge, well, welcome to this protocol. And I expect you to embrace it. Do you want different? Do you want better? Then we need to expect change. You know, the whole Einstein's comment of insanity, doing the same thing, expecting a different result. Well, I assure you, when you do this protocol, there is nothing similar to what you've always done. This is absolutely making change for the better in your body type and how you can move and strain and develop those skills. So this would be a 10-ball set, waggle, waggle, high and wide. You can even rehearse the top of the takeaway. And then my mind is, how high and wide can I get my trail arm? And then how can I get my lead arm up there as well? Now keep in mind when I'm doing that, I'm not saying lose your attitude to the ground. Once we tip over into our forward flex, some of the elements for this would be, can I rotate in this position nicely? Meaning, since I'm flexed over, my lead shoulder works in that incline as I make my backswing to be high and wide. I don't try to jeopardize my shoulder pitch to do this. Really important. And then in the through swing, I still have my shoulder pitch. You can see my right shoulder is a little lower than my left. My right eye is a little bit lower than my left. My ears you could use as a reference for that. So again, high and wide. This is great exercise. Do this at home. Wiffle balls, hit into your golf sim or net. Let's get organized. Really, really suffer with this drill. It's a beautiful exercise for your golf game. And hit a little shot, and there's high and wide on this side too. Maintaining width, not letting the band collapse. Not gonna lie, people, the struggle is real, but it's worthwhile. The struggle is real, but I promise you it's worthwhile. Learn how to create this shape for yourself in this protocol of 10 balls. It is a game changer.